Peace. Welcome to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm not Digga.
This is not Digga. That's fact checker rage up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Where is Digga? Well, Digga went to motherfucking, she went on tour, y'all. She is in Europe, across the pond or whatever the fuck they like to call it. We might get a call from her later on in the show, but until she's back, you know, today we're gonna have Rage sit in his seat, and yeah, he's getting that, you know, residual booty heat that she keeps in the seat, and you know, he loves that. He loves being as close to Digga as possible.
Even this works.
Even that. So we're not gonna have him on the ones and twos today, but we could still do some fact checking. We got you know what I mean? We got the computer and all that type of shit.
Certainly.
I'd like to acknowledge a new intern that we have with us. Let's all welcome Dekenya. I'm sorry, what's your last name, Dekenya, if you don't mind?
Rose.
Dekenya Rhodes? Rose. Dekenya Rose, okay? So, you know, we equal opportunity over here. We hiring female interns as well, and not all just male. So, yeah, clap it up for our new intern.
Clap it up.
Thank you for joining the team.
So, can I make some clarity real quick? So we hiring female as well as male, but you differentiate from the two, I assume. Yeah.
Absolutely, because they're different.
Are they now?
Yes, they are. I mean, I believe in equality, but you know, equal is not identical.
It isn't.
It isn't at all. So that being said, let's talk about a very funny meme that's been going around the internet that somehow they pulled me in and I'm involved in this meme.
Wow.
That's right. It's the meme with your boy, Billy Preston, on the red carpet of the Oscars, yeah? The Academy Awards, in what can only be described as a tuxedo dress? I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm gonna attempt now to, because there's a meme out there, and on one half it has him in a tuxedo dress, and it says, "Y'all niggas." And then on the other side, it's a picture of me, and I'm looking at, it looks like I'm looking at him in the dress, and I'm gonna do my best attempt to recreate the look.
I'll put it right here.
Right now. No, I'm gonna recreate it right here, right now.
Okay.
You ready for this camera?
That's it.
What in the crazy fuck is wrong with you? What in the crazy hell? I mean, this motherfucker look like half man, half a maiden. Like, it's crazy. Like. And he was there with another, I suppose this was his partner or some shit. Now his partner had a regular tuxedo on, and they actually took pictures together where the other, you know, his partner.
The male part.
Yeah, the other sodomite. He was standing there like a man. You know what I mean? Like he was standing there as a man, and the Billy Preston dude was like holding his arm like a little girl or something. Wow. You know, like he was definitely the female in the relationship.
See.
You know? And it was just, I don't know, it's just kind of striking to me how they keep using us, and when I say us, original people, black people, to pioneer a lot of this gender bending, you know, abnormalities, you know, becoming normal type of vibe. And
so you're saying the alternate wouldn't have been as popular, let's say, if the white guy was wearing a dress? And
absolutely not.
No?
It wouldn't have been as popular. It probably wouldn't have got as much attention. First of all, we have to understand our power as original people, as black people, like we influence the world. Like we're not called the mothers and fathers of civilization for no reason. How do you become the mother and father of civilization? Let's just think about that. That means we taught all other cultures how to be civilized, how to build a home for themselves, how to, you know what I mean? Bury your dead, all kind of civilized shit. We taught these people. We brought spirituality to the world. So the fact that we're the natural teachers of the earth and that humanity is used to looking to original people in order to function, they use that power. You see what I'm saying? They use that power that we have, but don't let us know about our power. So we have a certain, we have a certain influence. If you look how hip hop has permeated, the world. Yeah. Unlike any other genre of music, really, like hip hop and black music and black artists are the ones that seem to be at the forefront of influence. So I feel like they use our influence against us sometimes in certain situations.
So it's safe to say that anybody with a particular axe to grind or wants to disseminate something in a viral manner definitely will come to hip hop culture and black culture as a whole to use it sort of as a soundstage to put forth their agenda. That's safe to say.
First of all, I don't like you posing everything in a question. Okay. Speak your fucking mind right now.
Okay.
This is not how you speak. This motherfucker posing everything as a question. Like, you're here with me, motherfucker. Okay. If we gonna get in trouble with these motherfuckers, we all in trouble, goddammit. How about that?
All in.
So I'm like, well, I just posed the questions and no, motherfucker. Tell me what you think about this shit.
What do I think about it?
What you think about a motherfucker coming up, showing up to the Academy Awards looking like half man, half a maiden?
Well, first of all, as my man Cook said, he pulled it off. Congratulations to him, I guess. I'm more into his facial expression. Like, with me, my whole thing is even if you have a statement to make, like, don't be hacky. You know what I mean? Like, his face was like, oh, what? They're going to really say something about this, I don't care. Like, it's like, dude, now you're hacky. You know what I'm saying? And you use such a big bully pulpit as the Oscars to do that. So that's just hacky, number one, just in terms of taste. But yes, I do concur. People do use our influence and our methods and our drum, so to speak, to, coerce and co-opt the message to suit them. So to think that the quote unquote LGBTQ agenda, and there is an agenda, you wouldn't have a flag if there was no agenda. To say that it's beneath them to use our culture is not intelligent. So that's my position.
You ever notice, like, this is kind of, it's with it, but it's not with it. It's just about our influence. Do you ever notice how on all the commercials, like especially for fast food restaurants, whenever they're selling swine, it's black people, as if pig is the black people's meat?
100%. 100%.
Because again, they're using our influence against us. So, I know black people love swine. They love that baconator. 100%. I just saw my boy, shout out to my boy, JB Smooth. Now, I'm cool with him. You know what I mean? But, he is on a McDonald's commercial where they got these bacon fries.
I totally peeped that.
And, I guess he was trying to, he's selling bacon fries, okay? Even though in the commercial, he was more on the side of the fries, but he's still in there eating bacon fries.
100%.
And this is my man, JB. I know you got to get your checks and all of that.
No love lost,
but
man.
I think sometimes we don't really see how, when they got the McRib. Watch when the McRib come back around. Who's gonna be the spokesperson for the Mc? It's always somebody black.
You know what I noticed, Jay? Which is why I tune out of most pop culture today is the fact of the matter, there is a private joke amongst all people in positions of power and persuasion. We're the butt of that private joke.
Now, what is the joke? What do you think the joke is?
The joke is that black people...
How many niggas does it take to screw a light bulb?
All of that. But
what's the joke?
The running joke is that black people can always be coerced and co-opted to work against their interests. You understand? And particularly, like, there's nothing surprising about it. It's nothing to get all up in arms about it on that level, because that is American as American pie, as apple pie. You understand? Black people, we have to work against our interests in order for the paradigm socially of America to exist.
Right, and for it to work correctly.
For it to work correctly. It just must. And entertainment and culture is a part of that. In fact, it's everything, because your culture dictates your actions, your culture, how you behave, how you cultivate. You know what I'm saying? So, this is war. This is warfare. This is cultural.
Yes, it's cultural, psychological,
warfare,
spiritual. It's a warfare on many fronts, and I think people don't see it. There's a scientific warfare out, like there. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to this fucking onion that you would not believe. But listen, I don't want to spend too much time on this guy. I just thought it was funny that, out of all the people, they used my picture in this fucking meme. And I think my expression in the fucking thing was classic. And so whoever put that fucking meme together.
Shout out.
Bravo.
Word.
I fucks with you.
Word.
So now moving on. Before I came here, I think I was going to watch the news or something like that, but my local news was not on. It was being preempted by some congressional fucking hearings with this dude, Michael Cohen, who was Mr. Trump's, I didn't even call him President Trump, Mr. Trump's,
quote,
former personal lawyer. Okay? Now, he was supposed to be there to basically give any information that he knows about Donald Trump, basically to blow up his spot. But as I'm watching it, the whole shit seemed to be about trying to break this man down and try to make everybody question his credibility. And it was blatant. It was corny. It was a lot of different adjectives that I can't necessarily come up with right now. But
theater.
Political theater, yes,
Political theater.
Is what it was. What do we think about this? I mean, they're acting like this Michael Cohen can have like criminally damaging information. So this is why they're trying to go at his credibility, because if he says anything that can seem, criminal against the president, oh, well, how do we know he's even telling the truth? He lied about this, that, and the third. And another thing that they kept trying to get him to do in this fucking so-called hearing or whatever, they're mad that even though he's going to jail, but it's only going to be for a couple years.
3, I heard. 3.
Like 3 years. Yeah. So they mad that the nigga has the opportunity to come out and get like a book deal or a movie deal. Right. And they keep trying to get him to say on camera that he will not do that, or he will not take any fucking money or benefit from the shit. And like at least 5 or 6 of these niggas asked him the same shit. So will you hear it now?
Right.
Say that you won't take it. This nigga says, no. I will not.
Right.
Like, you out your fucking mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they almost some of these niggas look like they lightweight hating as if they wish they could be in that fucking position. Talk to me, Rage.
Listen, you know, I'm usually not the one to really be able to comment on the individuality of these type of things in the organized political world. Because I see the whole thing as bread and circus. You know what I'm saying? It's a distraction. But
what do you mean by bread and circus?
Bread and circus is a term that was pushed around the ancient Roman Empire, that when the people were having issues that were affecting their real life, and the Roman government didn't have the right answers for it, they would just give them bread and circus.
Right.
To distract them.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
They give them games.
Give them games. You know, give them
Gladiators.
some raw meat, gladiators. Like this is just raw meat, so people, you know, to devour.
Super Bowl.
All that. This
Basketball.
This whole hearing
baseball.
is raw meat. Absolutely.
Same shit.
This whole hearing is raw meat. What I look for is the through line to things. Like, what's the constant, right? The constant is this: power moves a certain way. I don't care who's president. The only thing that Trump lacks might be etiquette. He might lack decorum. He might lack, like could be considered gaudy because he comes from a world of real estate and he has those type of machinations about him. But what he's doing and the scandals he's facing is no different than any other sitting president in the history of the country. He just has his laundry out there because of his methods and because of his brand. So now the chickens have come home to roost on that. But for me to get involved in detail about who was paid for what and what fund was used for what and what particular hush money was paid for what or whose life got threatened, that's Americana. And that's happened with all the administrations. Some administrations, it was just a little more louder than the other. So, you know, that's my opinion on the matter. What's going on with this war? What's going on with the economy? I'm concerned with the prison industrial complex. I'm concerned with the quality of the health of my people. Where's my reparations? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on it like that. Give a damn about a Trump and a Cohen or whatever, but you know what I mean?
Well, you know, speaking of what I care about and speaking of politics, you know, I've stated on this show before that, you know, not that I'm all into politics, but I believe a lot more in local politics than I do national politics. You know, when you're dealing with fucking, you know, electoral college and all that bullshit. So yesterday here in New York, there was a special election that went down, and for public advocate. Now, public advocate is supposed to be, you know, just what it sounds like. It's somebody that goes to City Hall and advocates for the public's, you know, best interest. Supposed to go in there and be able to fight it out with the mayor on behalf of the people, you know. And there were quite a few candidates, but there was one candidate, you know, who I used to live in Brooklyn back in the 90s, and there was always this brother with dreads that you'd always see, you know, on the news, in the background, whenever there was some community issues going on. And, you know, from back then, I kind of pointed out, and I knew that he was going to be doing something in politics in the future. So the young man I'm talking about is a brother named Jumanne Williams. Now, I had always seen him on TV. So I actually, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, had the pleasure of being on a panel of The Source. I think we were at, Brooklyn Academy of Music or something like that. And it was me, Jumanne, and I think, you know, Londell McMillan. So on this panel, and as he's talking, I noticed that he's like twitching and shit like that, you know? So this is my first time noticing that he actually had a condition, which, cause he always, you know, you always see him on the news, it's so fast, you never notice some shit like that. So it turns out he has Tourette's. He was born with Tourette's. But he's been a you know, a community activist for a very long time. Yes. I think he just won some sort of political office, but now, yesterday, he won New York City Public Advocate. And I just want to say that I actually did vote yesterday before my DJ gig in Brooklyn, and I voted for Jumanne. And congratulations for Jumanne Williams. And I just want to say, part of the reason that I did vote for him is because it's not that I agree with every single thing that this guy is about, but number one, I've always seen him on the scene when it comes to community issues, especially for Black people. Number two, I actually met him before. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's important.
And he was at a hip hop event lending his, lending what he felt about hip hop. And then, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is somebody that I know is really in touch with the people in a deeper way.
He makes his rounds.
If you fuck with hip hop,
yeah,
like that means something.
You know what he represents, Jay? What all politicians or any elected officials that have any governance in the hood is supposed to have. He represents what they call from the soil.
Speak on it, God.
You know what I'm saying?
Speak on it,
God.
God.
And I've definitely.
How much time?
I've made the acquaintance of. I made his acquaintance a few times, and he definitely comes off like a brother with integrity, and he shows up to the things that counts, and he makes sure that the people on a whole, their interests are being recognized, and I've seen that as well in him. So congratulations.
That's what's up. Definitely. Congratulations, Jumanne Williams. Listen, we're about to take a break.
I know.
When we come back, look at this nigga. This motherfucker. Lovesick little puppy. Listen, when we come back, I think I want to bring on an interesting guest. Okay? We have to learn to do for self in a lot of different areas. And I think our next guest that we're going to bring on is someone that has experience in that and has information to help us all do for self in a small way. So we're going to go to break and we'll be right back. Yanadameen Godcast. Peace.
Peace.
All right, so getting back to the origins of the Godcast, we're going to do a book review right about now. But today's book review is not your ordinary book. Oh, no. Today's book actually happens to be a children's book, okay? And the name of the book is called Princess and the Power of Melanin by Anthony McBride and Jeremey C. McCool. Now, basically, it was created to uplift young girls to combat colorism that often exists in the world. And it's important for our young sisters as well as our young kings to know that their melanin is not something that's negative, that it's actually a positive attribute. So that's what this book is designed to teach your young. This one is specifically to teach the young queens. Now, I'm always rushing, setting up stuff and all of that. So you actually had a chance to read the book.
Yes, I did.
Digga. Just tell us a little bit about the book and how you enjoyed it. Do you think it's something that our little young sisters should read?
I thought it was awesome. It was about a little girl. She goes to school and basically she gets teased, I believe, if memory serves me correct. She's getting teased in her, or not even teased. Maybe she just looks different from her classmates. And it was cool that it wasn't just Black students and white students. It was actually showing other brown children as well. So, mommy says to the girl, your melanin is magic. she tells her that it's like a superpower of hers. And then I think later on in the book, the kids go to the beach, you know, some of the lighter kids or the pale kids, they come home all sunburned and, you know, her melanin is popping and glowing and you know, it was just dope to reassure young darker girls that, you know, you're beautiful as well, because we're definitely seeing a lot of colorism. I think with entertainment, I feel like once upon a time, you know, you did see variation of color of black women and that representation. I feel like, you know, particularly in hip hop, you're seeing a lot of like one thing and just entertainment in general. I think we still see that colorism and that favoritism towards lighter shades. So it's just dope to see, you know, things like this reaffirm black beauty, you know, and the power and the beauty in darker shade women.
Well, that's what's up. So our book recommendation for this week, it's on the screen right now. Princess and the Power of Melanin, Anthony McBride, Jeremey C. McCool, available at Amazon.com and I assume everywhere where books are sold. Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm not Digga.
That's right. It's Fact Checker Rage in the house. Digga is on tour. She's in Europe.
Without us.
Yeah, she's doing her 1-2 thing. We love her. We miss her. We can't wait till she gets back. But it's gonna be at least one more show without her. Now, before we continue and get with our guest that we have here, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support. We really appreciate y'all. Last week, I put out the call and quite a few of y'all did answer. You know, we appreciate it, but we definitely got to do more. But here's the thing. We have 63,000 subscribers. If all of y'all got together and just sent $1, see, cause some of y'all feel like, okay, I'm gonna send $100. I'm gonna send, you know, listen, if all of y'all sent $1, that collective energy would go such a long way. You know what I mean? I know y'all can't afford to send $63,000 on your own, but you see, even a drip make a puddle out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So we're gonna make an ocean, trust me. And we're gonna keep the shit independent and we're gonna do for self. And that now leads into our guest, okay, that we have with us here. Introduce yourself, sir.
Byron Wilson, representing the Black Lady Theater and Zako Energy.
Okay. Welcome, my brother.
Welcome. Thank you, my man.
Okay. Matter of fact, clap it up. Give him the warm welcome he deserves. And we're going to light up too.
Come on, man. Spark that.
So, Byron, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Byron.
Do you, bro?
You were someone that I wanted to interview because as we were here in the Black Lady Theater,
right,
you made it known to me that you are taking this entire building off of the electrical grid.
Those are facts.
Now, please share with us how you're doing this, why you're doing this, the benefits of you doing this, and how you came to acquire the knowledge to be able to do this.
Let me start there because that's the most interesting.
Let's start there and then go.
So on September 11th, I barely escaped with my life because my office was in the South Tower.
Wow.
And because I worked in economics and I actually studied it in college, I really understood very well why that happened to us. You know, it was a very political and economic act that happened to us on September 11th. And because I had studied that in college, I knew what was going on. And so I left that and started working with my friend and mentor, Sadiq Ferris, who actually went to the same university I did. Shout out to the University of California, Berkeley. And he got 2 PhDs, one in electrical engineering and another in computer science. And we began to work, as I worked with him, I started learning a lot more about renewable energy, even though I come from a political economy background. So basically, he told me that information technology that we use every day and energy have become one constituent, one thing. So energy is getting smart. You know, you take a computer apart, it has bits in it that push information around, and it needs energy to do that. So they're one constituent. And I knew that if we didn't become more independent of oil, we were going to suffer again similar attacks like what happened on September 11th as a country, as a state. So I got into renewable energy because I know that with renewable energy, let me go ahead and take that puff real quick.
Go ahead and take the puff, but I wanted to. We in Brooklyn, y'all. It's real.
Oh, you hear it? Yeah. Cops outside.
We just want to try to let that go by real quick. No, you don't have to cut. Just keep going. Huh? I was going in and out. We should have that ball mic too.
So, getting back to our subject, I knew that if we didn't become more independent, we're going to have similar skirmishes like what happened on September 11th. And so I began to understand this concept called energy sovereignty. And basically what that is everyone owning and controlling all of their energy resources, right? Because we have the information and the technology that's already out there to do it. And so that's how I got into it. And you know, moving forward, we were able to take one of the first nightclubs off the electrical grid. And because of my position at this company, I began to learn about solar energy, fuel cell energy, energy storage. You know, these are all components of renewable energy and technology that we can use to make ourselves independent.
So wait, hang on. Exactly what is renewable energy? In layman's terms, like where do I find renewable energy?
Renewable energy is energy that can, just like it sounds, can be renewed over and over again without much effort. Like the sun, for example. As the earth rotates, you know, we see the sun, we don't. And when we see the sun,
he just walked us to a whole other landmine. But continue. That's another topic.
Right. Well, you know,
as the sun moves around,
as the earth moves around,
as something moves around,
you know, that beams of light hit a solar panel and it creates energy, right? And so that makes it renewable. Or the wind, which is another form of solar energy, which are pushing some blades around on the turbine to create electricity, create electrons, move electrons around. And so those are some examples of renewable energy technologies like fuel cell. You hear it a lot in the news about
what is a fuel cell?
A fuel cell is a device that is a generator, but acts like a battery.
Okay.
Right? It generates and stores energy, where battery just stores it.
Right.
An example of that which would be a hydrogen fuel cell. This company that I used to work for, we developed fuel cell technology, but we use metal, not hydrogen. So you can actually use metal, like zinc, renew it forever, and constantly have it as a renewable energy source forever.
So why is this not being used?
Oh, it's being used. It's being done. But then again,
why don't I have a fuel cell battery in my cameras right now?
Well, you might, but there's this technology called zinc air, which they use in hearing aids, right? It uses oxygen and zinc to create a reaction to turn some electrons around, which power that device. Right?
So the oxygen that's readily available all around us.
We use zinc air fuel cell and a nickel zinc battery, and we retrofitted a Honda Insight up here in Westchester. We took it 350 miles on one charge. Okay? We use this same technology.
How fast is it going? 2 miles an hour?
No. It's over the speed limit.
Okay.
Average speed 65 miles an hour. What does that translate for you? That is like you going from here to Philly, on one tank, right? You can do that with this car.
Let me ask a question. In terms of the whole renewable energy question, what you just described to me, would they say people like Tesla was working on so many separate things, right?
Sure, like Tesla uses a technology that similar to what's in our cell phones, lithium ion. Well, we thought that's a foolish proposition, right? Because as you know, some cell phones and laptops have exploded on planes with this technology in it. Why? Because the lithium gets really hot. So as it heats up, you have to cool it down. And that's why it's so expensive.
I was speaking of Nikola Tesla, though.
Nikola Tesla?
Yeah, the original.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Tesla car.
It's still translated.
No, the original
Yeah,
Tesla.
the original Tesla.
They just hijacked his name.
Right. But I'm just curious, obviously, conspiracies go about when people do find different methods to renew energy that doesn't fit the corporate model, of monopoly.
Got you. Well, this is why they choose lithium. It's along the same trajectory.
So what I'm saying, is there a concerted effort amongst those that are in power to keep some of the information that you have?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Do they hide their interest by saying it's not safe? Or,
no.
How does that? How are they?
Because it's destabilizing. So if you don't pay Con Edison, right? Everybody's paying Con Edison, right? If you no longer pay them, they're out of business. What happens when they're out of business? Then people lose jobs. That's disruption. So there's a lot of technology that's not in the interest of the state to be out there because...
But it's in the interest of the people, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You see, it would serve the people much better to have this renewable energy or free energy. That's one less fucking bill I have to worry about out here. And now I can apply, those resources to something else in my life and take a little less stress off of me out this motherfucker. Yeah. But you're just using this as some shit, you know what I mean? As just another tool to keep me in slavery, basically.
Can I give you some advice that you can use to be free on energy?
Yes, like how can you help the viewer right now?
Real simple.
Do something that's going to say, you know what?
Real simple.
I can do this immediately.
I'll give you 5 technologies that you can use that are in your house right now that you can get yourself free. The first one, a lot of y'all have a cordless drill in your house that's broken, or a blender that's broken, right? Take that motor out, put some fins on it, put a tail on it, stick it up in the sky, turn it into a wind turbine, because I've done it. There's tons of YouTube videos out there on how to do it. That's available. You can take those ceiling fans, same concept, right? You can flip it, turn it into a wind turbine, generate your own energy. Another thing you can do is you can use water as energy storage. Let's say that you have 2 barrels, put one on top of the other. As it rains, store water in the top one, right? As it flows to the bottom, it's going to turn a wheel and create energy on demand, right? And then it'll store it in the bottom. And then you can use CDs and turn that into a solar panel.
CDs.
Use CDs, DVDs, right? That you got sitting around, not using them anymore. Recycle them into solar panels. There's videos out there show you how to do it, right? So I gave you the wind turbine. I gave you solar panel. I gave you energy storage.
Now, as shallow and superficial as we are, right? You know what I heard with a lot of that shit, and what a lot of people are gonna say, well, what's that gonna look like? like, hold up. Like, for some people, you know, they want the benefit of this, but they don't want some clunky contraption,
Right.
you know, in their fucking living room or wherever the fuck it is.
I feel that.
And so how do we make renewable energy sexy?
Bro.
Okay.
Good question.
Seriously. Because this sound, wait, what was one of the first things you said? Oh, the wind turbine.
All right.
Okay. So now I got a fan that I'm thinking of, right? In my crib. I'll say, all right, I take that down. And I use this as a wind. Where's it going, first of all? Is this big old thing going to be on the side of my house? Is it going to look crazy? You see, because people don't want to look crazy either.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
But the other side of that is,
can I hide this motherfucker?
there's technology out there that looks way sexier that you can actually afford, right? But if you pay John McGillicuddy down the block to put that up, that's a 20 grand proposition.
Right.
So, but if you bought the technology yourself and did it yourself, we're talking a quarter of that price, right? And the battery technology is affordable. You can buy a battery bank. It's real sexy, sleek. Plug it into your before your meter, and you're done, right? That's a $2,000 proposition. You can afford that, right? I can afford that. And I have friends that make these technologies because I've been in the business so long. I got a guy in Greece who manufactures 5 kilowatt hydrogen fuel cell. You know, that you can actually use your own human waste and kitchen waste to create the fuel.
This is what I heard you talking about. So let's talk about this right here, because I heard you saying something about using human waste. And what are you now using the gases? What are you capturing the gases?
Exactly.
And now,
because it's biomethane. It's
okay.
Methane is the same gas that mama uses to cook your food when she turns on that gas and click, click, click. That's methane, right? It's like 90% methane. But this is biomethane, right? That's naturally
from
created
the bio
fermentation of your own food. They call it anaerobic digestion. So without oxygen, these microbes create naturally this methane. That's why it's renewable. Because you go
methane, y'all. It's ass methane.
You're gonna shit every day, right? You're gonna throw some extra food away every day, grind that shit up, put it in your digesters, what they call it, and it's gonna go to this fuel cell that my friend, you know, they make them in Greece. You go to this fuel cell, it's gonna create 5 kilowatts of renewable energy that you create with your own shit. Without solar panels.
Now, do we have to clean this thing out at some point?
No,
the maintenance.
This is the beauty. Because
again,
the
like this little shit. This all sounds great, right? But hold up, this little shit that will stop the average person from going down this road. Oh well, but no, it's gonna be nasty. I'm gonna have to clean out. Ain't nobody want to clean out no shit. Like I'd rather just pay Con Ed. Like.
Fact.
So go ahead.
I've done the research.
So how do we?
I've done the research.
Do you have to clean the shit?
No, you don't have to clean the shit, right? Because what you have to have is a place for it, because it creates a natural fertilizer that goes straight to plants. right? Because I was consulting with this.
So it's like a compost almost?
It's a compost tea that you put in all of your plants, inside, outside, no smell, and the microbes take care of the rest. So there's really nothing to clean.
Right.
It's like having a third stomach, right? You shit it out and it goes to your other stomach and it just and then it pushes it to another stomach, which are the plants, and everybody benefits.
You know, comes to mind. I think what frames this conversation intelligently.
Time.
What frames this conversation intelligently? The quote comes to mind: "Necessity is the mother of all invention."
Facts.
Right. Then you were talking about the whole genre of like the doomsday preppers, etc. Where this information will become most useful is if there is an incident in society per se, where the infrastructure can no longer meet the means of the people, and then we have to do that. At that point, people are gonna be looking for all their CDs, fans, when it's time to survive. You know what I'm saying? Or like I tell Digga, when the zombies come, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like they're trying to really make you rely so much on electricity and all that. Like, think of how crazy you be feeling when your fucking phone is dead and you need to find a charge and you're just running around.
We're slaves
like,
to it,
like a fucking fiend. Like, you got a fucking charger? You need a charge. Like, it's like it's fucking crazy. Like, when they giving you more shit to plug into. You see what I'm saying? Where they want you to use more electricity. So now let's say, all right, you do one of these turbine electric drill fucking shits. What could I run off of that? Like, because people don't want to feel like, well, I can only run,
what do you need?
An electric toothbrush with it.
Exactly.
And I can't do nothing else. Like, motherfuckers want to, they want to live their life. They want to fucking turn on all the lights in the crib and have every TV running in every fucking room, even if nobody's watching it, and all of that, like they've been doing.
Right.
Like,
so
can it do all of that?
It can do all of that, but here's the thing: consumption is out of control. So you can do some minor tweaks to bring consumption in control.
Right. Which you should. Anyway,
this is a way of life.
Well, and that should be on all fronts.
Everybody should have LED
everything.
light bulbs, right? If you have an incandescent light bulb still in your house, you old and you don't want to change. Bye. You know what I mean? We don't need AC, not really, because what makes it hot is that everyone's running their AC. And what's happening is it's pushing all that hot air and you need to recompensate for that. I don't have an AC in my house.
Yo, it'd be hot sometimes.
It'd be
certain
hot,
cribs, bro.
But that's the third thing is reconstruct your house, insulate it better. That's gonna have less demand on heating and cooling. You have to do these minor tweaks so that you bring down consumption.
All right, if I may, talk to me about this.
Hang on, we got not a lot of time left, so let's get concise. Like, I want to give the people as much information as, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where can people learn about? I guess YouTube, huh? Like, if you really want to learn some shit out here, if you want to learn some shit in the world, really, I guess there's no excuse right now. It's just you're not asking the right questions.
Right.
Seeing is believing, and I've shown people my projects at, like, here at the Black Lady Theater and at this other nightclub in Brooklyn. Shout out to TBA Brooklyn. I retrofitted their club. I made it smart. I gave them control of every device in that club through their cell phone.
Wow.
And that makes it more efficient. So, for example, you go to your room, you leave it. I had it so that when you left that room, everything shuts off.
Soon as you leave.
When you come back, it shuts back on. Exactly like if it was on all the time. That's how you have to do it.
Jay, I'm almost thinking, like, does the Yanadameen Network need to issue or ask Byron? Maybe they need to come back to us and he can comment?
Listen, if y'all got questions for Byron, as far as renewable energy, he's around.
I'm here.
So, maybe we'll take questions, in the comments and maybe that'll be, you can come back and just answer certain questions that people give you, because this is too much for just one. You know what I mean?
Right.
For one segment like that.
Right.
But we definitely appreciate you sitting down with us.
I hope I was able to give some knowledge. But
Absolutely.
Now, what's the name of your company again?
Zaco Energy.
Zaco Energy. Now, if people wanted to contact you or something, how can they get in contact with you?
You can't.
Okay.
You know why? Because I've taken my movement underground.
Oh, shit.
And guess what? The people that know me know how to get in contact with me, right? And so it's usually word to hand like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I can help a brother and sister out, but people like to waste your time and people ain't serious. Right? So, bro, I don't even answer my phone no more. Because people know who I am, but they waste your time. And so to prevent all that, only the serious people contact me. And I tell people straight up, you know, as I'm smoking this joint in their face, don't fuck with me unless you're serious. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. I'll say the same thing to Bill Gates fucking at. I don't care, because I'm like this. Time is too short for you motherfuckers to be fucking around with these motherfuckers. You giving them all your goddamn money. I say, cut the cord now. Force yourself to use renewable energy. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time and you're wasting everybody else's time.
Byron, I think you need to tell them where you're from, because they need to really understand your temperament. I know how you get it up. Tell them people where you're from, man.
Man, I'm from California, born and raised. I moved to New York in the mid '90s to go to law school here in Queens. Shout out to CUNY University, CUNY Law School, Queens College.
And Byron from the
and I'm a
Bay Area.
And I'm a Cal graduate. Graduated from UC Berkeley in 1995 in political economy.
Well, listen, Byron, we got to go to break. But we thank you for your information. And definitely hit them up in the comments, and we'll strive to answer your questions on renewable energy and all that. We'll be back. Yanadameen Godcast. Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm not Digga, unfortunately.
That's right. He is not Digga. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Could this be?
Could it be?
Peace. Could this be? Is this? Would this be?
Digga.
Oh shit! Digga. First name right here. Clap it up, everybody. Clap it up. What's going on, Digga?
What up, peoples?
We miss you.
I'm chilling, man. I'm out here in the studio in Brixton.
Okay.
Brixton, England.
In Brixton.
Word.
You see 21 Savage out there.
Hey, man, I want to say peace to y'all. We on Yanadameen Godcast. Say this is Lord Jamar.
Assalamualaikum, brother. How are you, man? We spoke online some time ago. It's Babu here. London, what's happening?
What's good? Alaikum assalam. You on the Yanadameen Godcast right now.
Wow, look at that. Peace out. What's happening?
Yeah.
Everybody. You know, like the British accents in the house.
That's what's up. Did you see 21 Savage over there?
No.
You didn't see the boy? Didn't see your boy?
Nah, I ain't see my boy.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, we miss you. Your boy, Rage is over here sulking and shit. Damn near.
What up, Ray?
What up, Diggy?
Damn near crying.
What up, everybody in the building?
Yeah. We have a new intern, a female, to Kenya.
Oh, nice. Hi, Kenya.
Yeah. She just said hi, Rah.
That's what's up. Well, I am, I'm about to go put something down real quick for a producer out here, and tomorrow I have my show. Well, it's like, let me see. Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock at night out here.
Okay. Yeah, it's like almost 6. Oh, yeah, it's almost 6. I got to make moves. Well, shit. We miss you.
I love y'all. What are y'all talking about?
All kinds of shit. We talked about Billy Preston earlier.
I know you had fun without me. I got the speaker's keys nice and uninterrupted.
Yeah, we also brought in a boy Byron from the Black Lady Theater to talk about renewable energy with the people, and let them know different ways that they can do certain things they can do at home. That was a nice little segment. And now we're just about to get into some things, But you over there doing your thing,
Yeah, man. Just wanted to check in real quick. I'm in Digga mode right now.
That's what's up.
I gotta go spank some British rappers around. You already.
Do your thing. Get that British pound.
Word.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
All right, we love you too.
I'll be sending some pics and some footage.
That's right. Get on the street. Do some word on the street for us.
Well, all the black folks are here, so I didn't have to go too hard to find the black.
Yeah, well, then you can still just ask them some shit. Like,
how they dress? Nigga, they dress like us?
Word.
How they dress?
I turned the corner from my hotel. It was like 8 beauty supply stores.
Yeah, they dress.
Three lace front spots. I'm like, I'm definitely in the hood.
Okay.
Yeah, it was going down. Jamaican food everywhere. I'm like, yeah.
Nice. That's what's up.
Shout out all the good peoples in Brixton tuning in. Shout out all the people from London tuning in. I'm out here. Your girl is out here.
That's what's up. Get that bread. Tell them to bring us back. We're gonna do a Godcast UK version of shit.
Oh, that would be crazy.
We're gonna do that shit. It's gonna happen. We put it out in the universe. It's gonna happen. All right, Digga. Well, we're gonna go. We're gonna finish this shit up. But we'll talk to you.
All right, peace. You know what I mean?
Peace. Nice.
Very nice.
Okay. Did I say if you'd like to, donate to the show, go to cash.me/$, you know what I mean? Patreon.com/you know what I mean, or YouKnowWhatImean.com/support. Also, if you'd like to get some gear, brand Nubian gear, you know what I mean? Godcast gear, go to hoodg.com. And if you'd like to maybe advertise with us, how about that? Maybe you'd like to be a sponsor or something, you know what I mean? Or now hit us up on, you know what I mean, godcast@gmail.com. And we could talk about pricing for ads and all that type of stuff. We love showcasing, especially, original people's business. You know what I mean?
I just had a crazy thought though. What if the dude who made that tuxedo dress would advertise with us?
If tuxedo, that's a good question.
Because I could see somebody being like an asshole, like, okay, like, yeah.
I'll make a call out to my people. People, I need y'all to I need a different advertiser, y'all. Step in. Don't make me take these people.
Please, yeah.
Tuxedo dress money in order to keep this fucking this show afloat. Don't make me do it. We are not promoting tuxedo dress. Hell fucking no, matter of fact. I don't give a fuck. The show's gonna have to go under. We not promoting tuxedo dresses. I don't give a fuck how much money they want to give a motherfucker.
Well,
for
if they
that.
let us make the ad, y'all want to send us a dress and let us promote it.
Yo, I'm gonna make you wear it. Send a quadruple XL in a tuxedo dress. And since Rage wants to be so open-minded out this motherfucker.
I'll promote the dress.
I'll take the bag if Rage will wear the dress.
I ain't rocking no dress. I'll promote it. I'll promote the dress.
That's promoting it. You gotta wear the motherfucker. Okay. You gotta wear the mother. You stand right there behind the turntable. No, in front of the turntables. Matter of fact, no. Matter of fact, you stand on the stage or some shit like that.
I let the 4 long wear it.
Yeah, put some editing in with that. But anyway, so before, I don't know how much time we got, man. What's going on out in this fucking world?
Yo, I definitely want to tag on to the conversation.
You should be looking over here. You know that, right?
In Digga's cam. I want to tag into the conversation of, I want to give a personal shout out to Offset from Migos.
Ah.
Yeah.
Offset from the Migos.
Offset from
His
Migos.
album cover.
Album cover.
Let's put it up.
Yeah, put it up right there. Bing. Offset.
Interesting.
Very.
What's the name of this? Father of Four?
Father of Four.
Is the name of his album?
Yes.
And he has all his children.
Yes, he has.
And not for nothing, that little girl looked like a little Cardi B. like she looked like Cardi B all up in the face.
Word.
Don't need to go to Maury to know that that's the mama.
Definitely not. Definitely
you
not.
are the mother.
You are the mother. But yeah, that just really landed on my radar because obviously with the hieroglyph in the background and he's dressed in what could consider to be some form of, I don't know, Egyptian-esque royalty, African vibe. The fact that the title of his album is pursuing and pushing fatherhood as a concept. He just did an incredible interview on The Breakfast Club, reaching out to his father, even though apparently his father's in some kind of a demoralized state. I think that was very important what he did. I think the culture needs to see that. And I also think that lends a hand towards the necessary reconciliation we have, particularly with that generation his father's from and what they suffered during the quote unquote crack epidemic or the quote unquote war on drugs, which is a war on our black ass. And we still, recovering from that. So for him to reach out that way publicly, I think that should start a beautiful trend, man. And that really touched home for me. So definitely shout out to Offset from the Migos. Word.
Yeah, I thought that was dope too. Like in the times that we're in right now, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of artists, especially, original artists. And when I say original, I mean, original skin people. I don't like to say black. I like to say original. So you don't see a lot of us really representing ourselves in that kind of way these days. You know what I mean? Like, although you are starting to see a lot of people rocking unks and shit like that, but I feel like they don't even know what it is. Like to them, that's just another cross. Like they don't really understand what they're even looking at. So yeah, I thought that was dope. Now, there's some fucking clip. I'm going in my phone and there's a clip of Kanye right now, where he seems to be in Africa or something maybe with a bunch of children choir, and he has pink hair and they're in all white and he's doing something and he feels he's acting like he's freaking that shit. Really they're freaking the African harmony and he's just doing some because I see other people playing actual instruments.
Yes.
I feel he's doing more of pom 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 pom. He's just hitting some shit, but
yeah, I mean, the capable.
His stance looked dramatic, though.
The stance definitely dramatic. I think why that clip is becoming a little viral because it seems impromptu. I don't know the context of it, but I can just tell whatever took place in that frame looked like it was in between something or something was going on. And it just seemed unrehearsed, but it just seemed very energetic, you know. Kanye's body language seemed like he was really into it. Everybody was wearing white. I got this initial vibe like it's Jesus Walk 2019. I don't know. But, you know, it was interesting.
It's like, why though? Like, a nigga could do something so inconsequential, you know, as to just stand behind a piano or whatever in all white with an African and just do that. Like, we just saw that little clip and like, it's all up in my timeline. People's making memes about it already. Somebody flipped the fucking music.
Yeah.
And they put Ray J.
Yeah, I'm putting it right there. I'm sorry, Kanye.
Wait, hold up. We ain't fucking put nobody's music. Nigga, watch the music shit.
Right. Flags,
Ray
right.
J ain't getting my fucking publishing or whatever the fuck this YouTube shit is. So, but yeah, they put the Ray J, I hit it first. So that whatever music that was, they replaced it with the I hit it first.
And Kanye scoring it.
Kanye like going all hard to the shit.
Y'all are terrible
this
in
shit
meme
was
land.
mad funny. But that being said, like, why are people so enthralled with this guy? Like, what is it? Because it's, you know, there's celebrities out there, but like, I don't think every celebrity could do that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, this guy is a cultural phenomenon in a way. Like, he says the craziest shit, you know, slavery was a choice. And he made it, you know, we know what the fuck he fucked up. He tried to clean it up later, but he said what the fuck he said. And like, but people still fucking with him. He's fucking with Trump. And we just like to just look at this motherfucker. Is this the human nature of wanting to see a car crash or something? Like, what is it?
That's a good question. I think we are entering into a new place of civilization with this conspicuous consumption culture and social media and everybody getting their 15 minutes of fame. I don't know if there's that many points of reference for it. It's something we're going to have to, you know, work out. But we're definitely enthralled by Kanye. I mean, listen, like my man Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. says, power is the ability to define phenomenon and have it act in a desired manner. You know, Kanye is just a phenomenon. Sometimes that reaction of the phenomenon is going to be crazy and sometimes it's going to be genius, but it's a phenomenon.
It gets to a point where certain people could do almost anything. Like, just think about it. If there was a video of like Kanye baking a pie.
Oh man.
Like
I'm doing a meme for that.
Like, the shit would be like analyzed 12 ways to Sunday. Like
how much would you
look
sell
how
it
he
for?
rolls the fucking dough, and you know, look at his. Oh, he's using it. Oh, he's his thumbs. Oh, you know, like, yo, like, huh?
But let's be capitalist. How much would a Kanye pie go for?
But if I made a pie, it would just be Lord Jamar made a pie.
No, I know. Okay, but how much would a Kanye pie be?
Huh?
Let's be capitalist. How much would a Kanye pie go for? How much would a Lord Jamar pie
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, what kind of pie?
And they'll say, oh, because he's done such great things. Like, you know, motherfucker, my pie could be gluten-free. My pie could be vegan, have fresher ingredients, all of that shit.
Probably some CBD oil in there, extract, healthy.
But, you know, the Drake's pies are gonna sell faster and more because, you know, they last long, they got a longer shelf life and all of that, and you know, different kind of pie.
Listen, I gotta go in because you know,
different kind, because you are a pie connoisseur.
I'm a pie connoisseur.
You look like some sort of a pie expert.
Yeah, I ain't missed too many pies.
You may have had a pie or two in your life.
I might have had a pie today. There might be a pie in the immediate future.
You might be smuggling a pie right now under that coat.
But I gotta give this challenge to the YouTube commenters that always got so much to say.
Big Sandwich.
Big Sandwich. Big Sandwich issues this challenge. I'd like to know. Let's use Apple as the point of reference. Let's see here. Apple pie. How much would y'all pay, or how much do you think the market would bear for a Kanye West pie? And how much would the market bear for a Lord Jamar apple pie?
Oh, fuck that. A rage pie. I'm
Okay,
taking a
let's do
Lord
rage
Jamar pie.
Okay, let's go. How can I get? What we talking?
First of all,
$32. Kanye pie, $32 retail.
if it was my pie, okay, let's just say it was my pie. I already know my pie is way more valuable, but that doesn't mean that the people are going to understand that it's more valuable.
Well, no.
You see?
Listen, amongst the enlightened people, like the progressive
Right.
folks,
But first of
they
all,
would buy
I
a
can
Jamar
already
pie before
tell you,
Kanye.
like, we had some brand Nubian sneakers. They didn't resell for like $5,000 or whatever the fuck these Yeezys. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, bro,
Yeah.
sometimes people just become cultural phenomenons, you know, and that doesn't make them greater or anything like that. That just means somehow they fell into that lane. You know what I mean? Or he could have engineered it though. I mean, because definitely the move of fucking with what's her name?
I don't understand that.
Kardashian.
Yeah,
That seems like definitely an engineered fucking. That seems like an engineered fucking thing to try to like, I'm gonna get more fame or whatever the case may be if I attach myself to this fucking famous person. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This fucking guy, man. He's always popping up, though.
Yes, indeed.
What else is going on? How much time we got?
And Spike, too.
Your boy.
My boy.
Because you're a Patriots fan, right?
No. I don't even follow sports too tough, but.
Okay. Well, there's a sport called football. And,
Familiar.
all right, well, basically, Robert Kraft got caught, like 2 counts of prostitution, you know, buying pussy with the intent to...
intent to smell? Y'all on that one.
He said, listen, Your Honor, I wasn't paying her to have sex. I was paying her to leave. It's a difference. Yeah, like, why not? Why not? First of all, he's hanging out with Meek Mill and shit like that. Meek Mill is giving him like championship chains and shit. I saw a video where he got on stage with Cardi B because Meek Mill gassed him and he started like, dancing with her, trying to like,
man.
It seems like he wants to fuck with young people or whatever. You know what I mean? I guarantee you these prostitutes were younger, not R. Kelly young, but younger. Right. And yeah, so, niggas like that got Viagra they can use now. So it's like, they want to join the parties.
But listen,
he got money. Like, if you a billionaire, a millionaire, whatever the fuck this nigga is, like, technically, ain't that what he's supposed to be spending his money on?
Okay, but let me say this. Let me be devil's advocate. Like, I don't like this past judgment. How do we know
cars and pussy?
How do we know that his intentions was necessarily sexual? How maybe he just wanted to talk to them. Maybe he wanted to advise them on their wayward ways.
Right?
Listen, I'm keeping.
Because that's what you do when you get prostitutes, right?
No, but I mean, in the interest of full disclosure, I do know some ladies of the night, and they tell me, some of the quarter. Listen, man. I have my own moral compass. I ain't tripping.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Right.
Look at that camera though with you.
Yeah. I do know some ladies of the night, and they tell me their stories, man. Some of these clients pay them X amount of money just to talk. I mean, they got some other stuff, but it don't always just be, so maybe Kraft wanted to
spit on them.
Listen,
Maybe he want to get walked on with high heels or some shit like that.
all that plays,
Who
man.
fucking knows?
Sometimes they want to wear stockings. They want to put on shower caps and whatever, you know.
Well, listen.
Whatever floats your boat.
You sound like you're trying to defend the motherfucker. So we're just going to leave it at that because I think there's something more deeper underlying here. Yeah. Well, anyway, listen, we appreciate you. Once again, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$, you know what I mean? Patreon.com/you know what I mean, or you know what I mean.com/support. We appreciate you. We about doing for self. Yes, once again, we miss you, Digga. One more week and she'll be back. Thanks to our guest, Byron. Hit him up in the comments and ask about questions about renewable energy. And once again, for the you know what I mean, Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar. That's Fact Checker Rage. Peace. He's okay. It's a little banter. You know, this is where you do the banter.
Oh, the banter. Yeah. This one Digga is from a snot rag. That's my snot rag.
That's where you act like deep shit is being said.
Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.